On November 15, 2025, Washington, D.C. hosted the landmark Free Iran Convention 2025. In the first convention of its kind, organized by the U.S. Representative Office of the National Council of Resistance of Iran, over 1,000 Iranian scholars, activists, professionals, and community leaders from 3 generations from all over the U.S. gathered to chart the path toward a democratic, secular, and prosperous republic in Iran. Distinguished Iranian specialists presented fact-based research, exposing the regime's economic collapse, social illegitimacy, and the unstoppable will of the people. They demonstrated the depth of Iran's intellectual capital, united for freedom. Iranian women stood at the forefront, highlighting a century of resistance against repression. Their leadership embodies the principle: no to compulsory hijab, no to compulsory religion, no to compulsory government. Generation Z has become the beating heart of Iran's democratic struggle. Fearless and relentless, they demand real change, rejecting both dictatorship and false reform. Prominent Iranian scholars and experts discussed roadmap for the overthrow of the regime, establishing democracy. The panel addressed the key question of why the Iranian resistance is truly capable of playing a decisive role in bringing down the regime. Messages from political prisoners to resistance units inside Iran. The convention amplified voices of courage, resilience, and hope from inside Iran in growing support and activities of the MEK and the resistance inside Iran, reflecting growing mood of defiance and resistance, making a regime change by the Iranian people inevitable and within reach. The convention also featured 2 distinguished dialogue and presentations by leading Iranian scholars on rebuilding the nation, Mrs. Rajavi's 10-point plan for the future of Iran, and rejection of both monarchy and theocracy. Professor Morteza Gharib, professor of aeronautics and medical engineering at the California Institute of Technology, the director of the Graduate Aerospace Laboratories, and the director of the Center for Autonomous Systems and Technologies in a dialogue with Professor Mohammad Hossein Tassoji, emphasized harnessing Iran's vast, suppressed scientific potential to rebuild infrastructure and drive innovation. Professor Hossein Sadegpour, director at Harvard and Smithsonian's Center for Astrophysics, articulated the people's clear choice: a democratic, secular republic, rejecting both theocracy and monarchy as paths for Iran's future. Keynote speaker of the convention was Mrs. Maryam Rajavi, the NCRI's president-elect, calling regime change in Iran the fundamental question of our time. Mrs. Rajavi declared, "We are not fighting to seize power. Our goal is to return sovereignty to the people of Iran."
ما برای کسب قدرت نمی‌جنگیم. هدف ما انتقال حاکمیت به مردم ایران است.
Global leaders joined in solidarity with the National Council of Resistance of Iran, Mrs. Rajavi's 10-point plan, rejecting both monarchy and theocracy, supporting the regime change by the Iranian people and the organized resistance, confirming that a democratic alternative exists in the National Council of Resistance of Iran. The Free Iran Convention 2025 demonstrated to the world that the Iranian people have the vision, leadership, and international support to build a free, democratic, and secular republic.